TCB in the studio. I'm Bryan Green. This is Chrissy Hoadley. And best to you, Chrissy.
Best to you, Bryan.
Best to you out there in the podcast and YouTube audience. If you like what you're seeing on the videos, smash that subscribe button. Hit that like bell. Make sure you get notified. Hit that like bell.
Yes.
I want to talk today about a book that I am listening to. I'm not reading it, I'm listening to it.
Doing an audiobook?
You think I have fucking time to read a book?
No.
I haven't completed a book probably since I was in my late 20s. And now that I have children, the only book that I've completed is Mickey Does Halloween, which is an interesting book.
Yes.
Yeah, my son likes to read it over and over again. So I've decided I'm going to take to this Audible shit, get with hip with the kids, and listen to my audio, listen to my books on audio, on Audible, right? And I came across a book by I think he's a comics comic, right? I don't think he's like super famous. He's not super famous, but his name is Sam Tallent, and he's a comics comic, and the comics love this guy, right? And so I've been paying attention to him for a while. He wrote a book that came out, I think, last year called Running the Light.
Running the Light.
Chrissy, this is the most insane fucking... Besides Hunter S. Thompson, I cannot think of...
It's very Hunter S. Thompson-esque on the cover there.
Yeah. It is Gonzo fucking authorship. It is absolutely insane. It's about... I feel like it's semi-autobiographical. I think. I don't know Sam Tallent all that well. You know, we're the Instagram buddies. We exchange messages, meaning I comment and then...
and he likes it.
I pretend that he'll like it at some point. He is... talking about, in the book, he is this comic who has at one time risen to fame, and now he's just kind of doing the circuit, right?
Okay.
Like the rubber chicken circuit. He's playing for money, basically. He's kind of lost his passion for everything else in life, except when he comes on stage, he's the best that ever lived, right? That's how it's described in the book. And the rest of his life is just a cornucopia of sins. Cocaine, sex, strippers, drugs, fights, alcohol.
Everything
that I wish my life could be without the consequences.
Right.
So I'm living vicariously through the comic in this book. Now, I'm not going to give away what happens, but it's so introspective and well written. And, when you read a book from a comic, I think you want to... and especially a fiction book, you want to believe that he hasn't done a good job, because how could this comic be funny and then write a fiction book? But the truth is that he did a fucking fantastic job writing this book.
That's amazing.
And it is a gluttony of sins. And I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I wanted more shenanigans from this comic. I wish it had gone on for 12 more chapters so we could get more cocaine and hookers and beer bottles broken over people's heads and destruction of his own personal life by ignoring his children and hating his ex-wife. But it ended at some point. Running the Light is one of the best books I have ever read in my
listen to
in my entire life. I'm just gonna say read, because right, I mean, you could do that.
No, that might be splitting hairs.
You're splitting hairs about whether you should be proud of me that I finished the book.
I am proud that you consumed a book.
Half the time on this show,
you don't have to say how you consumed it.
That's right. I'll read half an internet article and it becomes an hour-long show. I don't even know the facts based on which internet article we've talked about. So you should be proud of me that I finished this one.
I'm very proud, Bryan.
Thank you. That's what I'm looking for.
Always proud of you.
Looking for a little affirmation.
A little affirmation. I'll give it to you.
See, and now do you understand why this can be listened to at the gym?
I do.
It's because when you're listening to this kind of grandiose shit show type,
you just want to know. You want it to keep going. Yeah.
It's like when you're pumping
I'm
iron.
the same way.
And Sam's writing about cocaine abuse at the highest order. It's like you just want to pump more and pump more, and it's a cautionary tale is really what it is.
It sounds like it. If he's kind of destroyed
basically
marriage and
his
kids,
his entire life.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a cautionary tale about how when you think you're trying to be funny, be careful that you don't lose everything that you love in the process. It's a cautionary tale about how comics, a lot of them that we've known, through song and history, have essentially are just trying to fill a hole in their soul.
I've heard that.
Right?
Yes.
And so while on stage, they are like a lightning rod for creativity, and they cure the rest of our woes with a laugh or a joke. Inside, they're just dying.
They're dying.
Inside, they're just bereft and dying and needing something, anything just to fill that hole. Chrissy, I highly recommend Running the Light to you and to our listeners.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. I've taken it on recommendation.
Give you a better understanding of the first 20 years of my life.
I'm going to go pick up the book.
Yeah? I was going to show a copy, and then I remember I don't have a copy of this book. I got to actually go to Audible and download the thing. Yes. Listen to this, because this will give listeners an idea of the first 20, between the age of 20 and 40 for me.
Of your life.
Yeah.
It's a snippet.
And Chrissy. Just going to say it. She won't admit it on the show, but it's true. TCB in the studio, running the light, because you come to TCB for book reviews.
That's right.
That's the way that it is. See you next time.
We love you.